The Malaysian government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic is in focus as the King summons leaders of major political parties for talks. The ongoing emergency proclamation is due to expire in 2 months, and calls are growing for it to be lifted.
Jadi kita merayu kepada Tuanku supaya menghalang penerusan ini sedaya upaya, walaupun Tuanku tepat mengatakan bahawa patuh kepada semangat Raja berperlembagaan mengikut nasihat Perdana Menteri.
The King declared the state of emergency in January at the request of Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to allow the government to focus on tackling the pandemic. The emergency proclamation put political activities on hold. That includes parliamentary sittings, state assemblies and elections. But the worsening outbreak has prompted calls for Parliament to reconvene. Malaysia returned to a hard lockdown this month after a record number of infections. Now, for more on this, Melissa Goh joins us live from Kuala Lumpur. Mel, why has the King chosen to summon all the leaders at this time?
Well, hi, Steve. This is the first time that the King, Sultan Abdullah Riyadudin, has invited heads of political parties to see him since the change of government in March last year. Now, His Majesty is seen to have taken his own initiatives in wanting to hear their views and gather feedback on the current government's handling of the pandemic that's said to have failed miserably, according to opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim, who was the first opposition leader to have met the King this morning. Now, Anwar, speaking to the media outside the palace, said that the King is fully aware of what's happening on the ground, be it the vaccination rollout or the people's welfare or the impact on the economy. Now, Anwar said he has also taken the opportunity to urge the King to resist any attempt by Prime Minister Muhyiddin's government to extend the emergency proclamation beyond August 1st. Now, the emergency powers, he said, did nothing at all to help the people or curb the pandemic, judging from the record number of cases and the death toll. But rather, he said, is to preserve the political powers of the Prime Minister. Now, given that the emergency is coming to an end end of next month, that's been renewed calls within Prime Minister Muhyiddin's government to extend it, given that Malaysia is still seeing 6,000 cases a day and healthcare system is still stretched, and only 6% of the population have been vaccinated. Now, as far as Mr. Muhyiddin's administration is concerned, this is not a time to hold an election. Now, the Prime Minister, remember, has promised people that once the emergency is lifted, he will seek his own mandate, given the circumstances, how he rose to power through the coup and not through the ballot box. Now, a party close to him is telling me that 70% of population must be vaccinated first in order to be safe, to go to the people, to have polls. Now, it's still a long way off if that's the threshold. Now, Malaysia must vaccinate at least 200 to 300,000 people a day in order to achieve herd immunity by year end. Now, so far, 150,000 doses were administered yesterday, and that's the highest so far.
Mel, we understand as well that the King has also set a date to meet the heads of Malaysia's 9 royal households.
Yes, it's another of his own initiatives, the King said, to convene a special meeting with 9 Malay rulers next week on June 16th to talk about measures to curb the pandemic. Now, this is the second time he's gathering his brothers, the sultans of other states, to consult them on what's happening on the ground with the rollout of the vaccine, seen as slow and cases record high. It's going to be a busy next couple of days for His Majesty, as he's going to be meeting other political leaders as well, including former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and leaders from East Malaysia as well. Now, as far as people concerned, they welcome this gesture, and the King is engaging with the political leaders. But whether anything will come out of it, it remains to be seen. We are hearing that the King may allow Parliament to be reconvened, provided there's certain guidelines or parameters on what lawmakers can do. He doesn't want to see political wrangling or another leadership challenge. There are talks that a hybrid parliament is in the works, where MPs can discuss and fine-tune policies to curb the pandemic, but nothing else.
All right, thanks, Mel. Melissa Goh, speaking to us from Kuala Lumpur.